Greetings and salutations, humans. I am Zukimari Dra'Kel, a highly regarded scientist and shipmaster within the Swords of Sangheili. I have been assigned by my dear friend, the Nakai Vodar, Nakai, to discuss the many devices and technologies developed by the Covenant and the various remnant factions. To begin, I shall divulge the most unique ammunition ever employed by the Covenant arsenal, the crystalline substance known as Blamite. Discovered on Sangheilios' secondary moon of Suban, our ancestors mined Blamite and used it to create ammunition in some of our earliest weapons during the war against the Sangheili. In that time, many believed that Suban was the only world where Blamite existed. However, it is believed that the Sangheili may have covertly created highly specialized facilities to produce a synthetic form of Blamite, but any such documents on such locations would have likely been lost when High Charity fell to the parasite. When used as ammunition, Blamite can be a devastating weapon. When fired from a needler, the crystalline bolts can penetrate even the armor of proud Sangheili warriors. Speaking of, note to self, find more willing test subjects for improved armor designs. Naturally, this can cause fatal damage to the victim. A single shot can cause internal bleeding or strike a vital organ, with untreated wounds resulting in death. The resulting detonation of the shard upon penetration also spreads micro-shrapnel throughout the victim, causing great pain and trauma. But that's not the end to the beauty of this crystal. There is a unique phenomenon where multiple needles wedged in a body will combine into an even greater explosion, known as a supercombine. Depending on the impact area and angle, several crystalline shards can cause amputation of limbs, and impacts to the chest are in most cases fatal, with enough rounds impacting and detonating simultaneously. The unfortunate target can quite simply be blown to pieces. While used exclusively in both needle rifles and needlers, the bolts behave differently in both weapons. When fired from a needler, the bolts appear to have a sort of friend/foe identification function, as they will home in on hostile targets, but not allies of the wielder. This is likely a function more on the part of the needler firearm, rather than just the crystals. But we unfortunately don't have a clue how the prophets designed such a feature. Needles fired from a needle rifle lack this function, behaving more like traditional projectiles, and travel much faster than those of a needler's. There's also fewer needles required to cause a supercombine. And of course there is the Energy Cutlass, a rather crude but effective melee weapon used by the Kigyar, the blade being made up of Blamite. When thrust into a soft target, the blade will explode violently, similar to a needler shot. A waste of good engineering if you ask me. It's not like the blade could be reconstituted after a battle. Or could it? I'll have to look into that. Due to the vast size of the Covenant Empire, Blamite was commonly held within hundreds of carefully curated storage facilities that served as local way stations for Covenant fleets seeking to restock their stores. However, following the Covenant's demise, these facilities were often raided by various warlords who sought the crystals to fuel their war machines, or to trade them for a more promising prize. The Swords of Sangheili have also supplied other factions and races, willing to pay the Gex with Blamite, regardless of affiliation. A risky gambit to be sure, but these deals could lead to new scientific discoveries. Time will tell. Not all was simple theft and perilous trade, however. As always, science can never be held back. Sangheili artisan armorers have garnered renewed interest in discovering the further properties of Blamite. Many pre-Covenant design patterns incorporating Blamite have been uncovered to assist in the research, and even human scientists have begun to express interest in the crystals, especially in regards to exploiting the energy storage properties of Blamite. Human and Sangheili researchers have since collaborated in an attempt to further innovate this beautiful material in the Kolar Manufactorum on Sangheili. I was among those studying the crystal following my recent reassignment, which may or may not be related to a Kigyar being crushed by a specialized ship-to-ship Blamite torpedo. With the prophets no longer lording over us, we Sangheili have developed advanced Blamite-fueled weaponry. A particular favorite of mine being the White Scar, a modified version of the Type 53 plasma caster, which fires uniquely designed bolts charged with Blamites that can be set to serve as a proximity explosive. While it is brutal, I find it quite helpful on the field. This innovation hasn't just helped us develop for ourselves, but our human allies as well. The Sword Needler Warthog fires a chain gun that fires Blamite and is one of the several projects stemming from cooperation between the UNSC and the Swords of Sanghelios. There's also the newer patterns of Ungoid Goblins that are armed with a double-barreled heavy needle cannon capable of dealing significant damage to vehicles and firing a barrage of Blamite that can target up to 8 different hostiles, something little Jub Jub has taken with great gusto. I should probably go check on that. That'll be all for now. This has been Zukimari Dra'Kel. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like, share, and perhaps even subscribe for more Covenant canon. I hope to receive another assignment to educate all of you on our technology again soon. Until then, victory to clan and kin, and may Jori's eternal wisdom grant your basic solution its desired results, rather than gifting Cactaceae sentience and increased size. Hallelujah.